My wonderful wife. What's going on, guys? We are the Dank Dads, and we're going on with NFL Sunday, the first NFL Sunday of the week.
We made it.
Oh,
Week one.
My God. We got the new intro, new Dank Dads intro. Pretty much kids. Wait a minute. If you think I ain't going to produced by my boy Amaz, executive produced by me, yes, indeed. We're going to play it one more time.
Shout out to Amaz for doing that.
Our official song. No bullshit, I did that. My producer, Maj, I executive produced it, put that thing together. It's been a long journey to wait till we get to this day for NFL Sunday, but we're here. But before we go to NFL Sunday, we are going to go into college football. Before that, Jeff, how are you, brother? What's going on?
Pretty good, man. Hey, cheers.
Cheers, definitely. Hey, I make espressos.
He surprised me with that intro about 1 a.m. last night, maybe midnight, somewhere around there.
Working.
And I was upset, so I appreciate that. Shout out to you, Maj, for doing that. Thank you. Doing great, bro. I'm happy NFL's back.
You Dank Dads stickers?
Yep, Dank Dads stickers, courtesy of my wife. My wife, Kaylin.
Jeffrey wife.
Dank Dads stickers, helping out the movement.
Absolutely. Good balloon races this morning?
Went to the balloon races this morning. Little smoky when we first woke up, so we waited it out a little bit, but we're able to make it happen. Shit ton of balloons, about 80 of them things out there, everywhere. Kids were looking all over the place.
White folks love to go see that.
That is true. That's why it's like one of the biggest events here in Reno.
White folks get up real early.
Yeah.
To go see that shit.
Yeah, if you really want to do it, it's a 4 o'clock start time, 4 a.m.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a big event here. It's like 40th year, 41st.
I did it once. It was hella cold.
Yeah, it was actually really nice. I was in a t-shirt today. It's pretty beautiful.
I didn't know what it is, so I could see my daughter's stroller. I was like, 2 feet down. Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Oh, bro.
But no, I'm glad NFL's back. Excited stuff to see. Everyone I know, the world is excited for NFL to be back.
Absolutely.
So, got a lot to talk about today.
We had a soccer game yesterday. Dolphins, my daughter's team. They whooped ass again. They undefeated. They've only lost 1 game in 2 seasons.
So I hear.
Yeah.
They're beasts.
The Dolphins. We don't fuck around. Little savage. I got a little savage soccer player named Zoe. She's Asian. I got her on PEDs. No, I'm telling you. She's doing her thing right now.
Your daughter's still trying to be goalie?
She is the goalie. Listen, she's the safety back there.
Oh, okay.
She's the safety. Speaking of fucking safeties, let's talk about the lack of DBs that we have in college football right now. I have never in my life seen so much high-flying passes than this weekend. Think about it. This game with USC Stanford was a smash. They passed all over them. Defense is lacking in college football right now.
Well, shit, perfect example. I think UNR got smoked yesterday by Incarnate Word, my bad. And they're a lower division. And I think they put up 600-something yards of offense, and the majority of it was passing. And UNR's defense is not terrible, but they've never had secondary ever.
Well, that's a high
400-yard passing, couple touchdowns. They put up 55 points on UNR. Incarnate Word.
That conference is known though to always have large numbers, high offensive numbers.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm talking about like USC. I'm talking about these guys are passing the ball. And listen, every quarterback has been somewhere else first. Every quarterback has been over here. We've rotated quarterback, which I think is cool. I think it's cool that a quarterback can play here and then get a chance to go over to this school and see what that's like. I just think that's some cool shit. I could never have imagined us being here in this place. But when I say wide receiver play right now is out of hand, we have wide receivers that are some of the best wide receivers I've ever seen, and some of the best passing, but no defense.
Well, so which one is it? Is it elite wide receivers or is it shitty cornerbacks? The DBs. Is the wide receiver in the offense just that much better? Or is it really bad secondary play?
Well, I'll say this too. We're still in that phase of like getting the little crappy teams out the way.
Yeah, and just a warm up game.
So I may be seeing a lot of that, but
But college is known for high scoring. I mean, look at all the numbers on the board right there.
I get it. I'm just simply saying there's just been an abundance of just a lot of passing yards this weekend, and I got a feeling that we're going to have a long run for the Heisman Trophy because everybody's playing like something right now. It's the second week of the season, but first week for some people. Let's get into. I think I jinxed Notre Dame.
You're wishing and praying for that.
No.
Praying for the Catholics.
No. Listen. I have totally fucked up for real. I don't listen. I didn't mean to curse Notre Dame.
Got that power.
I think I do. Listen, I don't like Notre Dame because I don't feel like they have a conference, so they take up a space in the playoff race every year. But we got this guy Marcus Freeman. I think could be a good coach. But at the same time, I don't think that people realize what all comes along with being a coach of Notre Dame.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of politics. Probably a lot.
Well, I just think that you know
Notre Dame paid Marshall $1.5 million to play them, and then they beat him in something.
Well,
You're gonna pay me $1.5 million to come beat you?
Here's the thing.
You didn't curse him. You didn't curse Brian Kelly too, because that fool lost against the other night.
Yeah.
Last Sunday.
Also, listen, his quarterback is a savage.
Yeah, for sure. But
that fucking kid's amazing.
You think they should have went for 2 or kick a field goal? The LSU game.
I always say kick a field goal. I always say kick a field goal to be safe.
And it was a chip shot. It was like from the 2-yard line.
Yeah. Kick a field goal, stupid ass. I look at this thing with Marshall and Marcus Freeman, and I'm trying to figure out 26-21 to Marshall. How long do they give Marcus Freeman at this place, at Notre Dame at this point?
A whole season. You got to give him some respect on that level. You can't. It's too soon to do
After you
it
lose to
now.
Marshall.
Yeah, you got to let them get right. I mean, they had a tough game before that. Ohio State, they could have put all their eggs in that basket for that one. Marshall's sneaky, right? Who do they play next? Maybe they're looking ahead again. You never know. But you got to give them a little bit more time. That's not fair to give them 2 games.
No, I wouldn't say give him 2 games, but let's think about what Tyrone Willing had. Another black head coach, and I don't do the black shit. I don't do black-white, but black head coach. I mean, he had, 2 seasons?
At the same time, this dude, Marcus Freeman, took over at the bowl game last year. They lost the bowl game, but had a pretty decent outing. He hasn't had his players come in yet. I feel like college, you got to let your recruit come in. He's still off the old recruits. Because this is his first year of really.
But he's been on that same team, though. It's not like he didn't know these kids.
Yeah,
right?
but did he have
It's not like he wasn't on. Of course, he was up there. He was. I don't want to put that on him. Listen, he's losing. He lost to LSU last week. He lost his game. LSU, you can take LSU.
He lost to Ohio State.
But he lost to Ohio State. You can take Ohio State, but you can't.
You can't take Marshall. But the quarterback play was in question for the Ohio State game for Notre Dame because the guy was a sophomore, had 30 passes the year before. So I wonder what hit. Obviously, he didn't play too well yesterday. So their quarterback is probably their biggest concern. They have defense, but if their offense is going 3 and out, every couple minutes, and the defense can only do so much. But I think their quarterback plays were really where they're lacking. And I'm going to see here.
Well, I want to unjinx Notre Dame right now. Listen, I didn't mean to put a fix on Notre Dame, and I'm going to unjinx them right now because I don't want to see this dude Marcus.
Unjinx. All right, yeah.
Yes.
So their quarterback, 18 for 32, 200 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks. Atrocious.
Yeah.
He threw the ball 32 times with 200 yards, no touchdowns. That's not it. The running back had 2 touchdowns, but no, he actually ran for 2 touchdowns. That was the quarterback.
The running back did.
No, the quarterback ran for 2 touchdowns. He ran the ball 13 times.
Yeah, they
got Cal next, and then UNC, and then BYU. They got a little gauntlet. Cal, not what they used to be. UNC, a little bit above average. BYU just had a big game last night.
Who did BYU beat last night?
Baylor in double overtime.
Shit.
And both kickers were just missing left and right. So that double overtime, BYU scored and went for 2. They went for 2 because they didn't have faith in their kicker because he already missed 3 kicks. They missed it, and then Baylor can't get it. Baylor can't score after that. So 26-20, I think it ended. Kickers missing left and right.
Let's talk about Appalachian State being A&M.
So I was talking to my brother about this the other day, and obviously
It yesterday because that's all it fucking was.
Yeah, yesterday. You're right.
Yeah.
It wasn't last night. It was
Just me and my brother the other day.
It was the other night. It was one of the other night. Just happened to be last night. Okay. Is it a surprise for Appalachian State to do that? No.
What?
But at the same time,
what did you say?
They've won a lot of games like that recently. They built a program that has been able to do that. Plus Texas A&M, as I was watching the game, a lot of freshmen and sophomores. They're supposed to be powerhouse in about 3 years. So there's a bunch of rookies playing for Texas A&M.
Bro.
I know what you guys were saying last night that should never happen, and 15 years ago that never happened. But Appalachian State beat Michigan in 2007. That's not just a couple years ago. That's a minute ago. And they've been doing scaring people week to week. And out of all the other schools, I would expect that from Appalachian State. I don't expect that from really anybody else. I mean, Dion, I think his team could do it, but Jacksonville State. But other than that, Appalachian State that doesn't surprise me when they've already done it a couple times.
Here's the thing. Early in the season, we had this whole thing with Saban and head coach of Texas A&M, right? Whole time.
Oh yeah.
What's his name?
Jimbo Fisher. Bus.
So we've had an issue between them, and they both came off as the perennial powerhouses of the new SEC. You know what I mean? Like that was a whole big thing during the beginning of the preseason.
But Jimbo's saving his coffee. Jimbo can't hold that conversation.
What I'm simply saying is that at the end of the day, it's like Jalen Ramsey stepping up and be like, yeah, I ain't getting ready to stand up here and act like I'm getting ready. Yeah, you get your ass mopped. This is a little different. Listen, a Big Ten school over SEC school, a top SEC school at that, with Jimbo Fisher as the head coach.
What was the score of that game?
It was 24.
Was it a one-score game?
Yeah, it wasn't crazy.
Well, Jimbo Fisher, he's just a big name. I mean, he was good at Florida State.
It's a name that ain't supposed to lose.
17-14.
17-14.
That's bad offense.
And that's the worst way to lose. 17-14?
I mean, that's obviously a lot of the offense. But when they were saying earlier, when I was watching it, they were talking about how this Texas A&M just filled with freshmen and sophomores. In about 3 years, they would be beasts. But right now, they took it out of Appalachian State, so they're going to be known for that.
Well, Jimbo should have shut the fuck up this offseason and just let...
or started paying players better. I don't know. Started getting more deals.
I think they are. I think those freshmen he got in there got a lot of NIL.
But wasn't he hating on Saban for that same shit?
Saban was hating on it. The whole conversation with Saban was at a fundraiser asking his donors for more money because he was saying this is what
Jimbo said something.
And so then Jimbo was like, no, get out of here. You guys have been doing it too. Like, don't act like we're the only people that are trying to get our money together. Like, he was kind of shitting on the kids getting their money in the whole nine. So that's kind of how that happened. But I'm like, damn it, you can't be in that conversation and lose to Appalachian State at all. Let's get into, I saw something that was pretty crazy.
Side note for Appalachian State, they got a fire baseball field. It is so sick and so
You're
mean.
the only motherfucker that cares about baseball.
I advise shit except for my Facebook following.
Who on your Facebook following?
A whole bunch of baseball players. Shout out to the baseball players.
Name one person right now on your
watching
Facebook
right
following.
now.
Name one person on your Facebook following that fucks with baseball. Name it. Just one person.
I don't have enough fingers and toes.
Just name one name.
The guy that's watching right now.
What guy?
Cameron Peterson, right there.
You know
Shout out to Kenny. Yeah, absolutely.
His cousin, huh?
No, you spelled our last names different. You spelled his last name wrong. I spelled it right. Whatever. I know baseball. What are you talking about? Don't do that. But anyways, Google Appalachian State's baseball field is so cool.
Wake Forest did it to him, did it to the Commodores. Went up on a 45-25. Okay, if you haven't seen Wake Forest play this season, Wake Forest is... Listen, Wake Forest is amazing. A quarterback. Listen, this kid has come back from adversity. If you have not known.
Good thing the ACC is down this year.
What are you, the spirit animal fucking Terry Pierce? What the fuck you mean? What are you talking about?
It is.
Did you watch the highlights of Wake Forest play?
No, they're nice. They're real nice. And beating an SEC school, I don't care if it's a bottom SEC school, don't matter. At their house, that's big.
Listen,
I'll give them their credit. But the ACC is down. I'm out.
Listen, Hartman is a hell of a quarterback. Hartman's a hell of a quarterback. He's got great receivers. Listen, we are going far in the ACC this year. And the ACC ain't fucking down. Why would you say the ACC is down?
It's down, bro.
Is Florida State not bad? Did
No,
Florida State not just beat LSU?
Florida State is
Did Miami?
hot garbage.
Is Miami?
Miami's semi-back. I'll give Miami that a little bit, but they're top now.
So
they're
Florida
probably
State's garbage now? Florida State's hot garbage.
They've been. When was the last time they did something?
Bro, Florida State looks pretty good now. Watch.
Yeah, but
Have you been doing your job?
Clinton.
I created a job for us. Have you been doing it? All you had to do is lay on the couch and watch football. Have you been doing that? Because Florida State is amazing.
Amazing off of 2 games. One they should have lost to LSU.
I'm just saying, the way they look, the way they play football, they look better than they looked in a very long time.
What's Clemson ranked?
I don't know. Let's see what Clemson is ranked. I think they're ranked.
Virginia Tech not doing shit. Duke not doing shit. NC State, okay.
Duke has never done anything. So you have NC State, you have Wake Forest.
NC State hasn't done anything either.
You have Pitt.
But now they're good, so you can't say that all of a sudden the ACC is just as strong now. NC State hasn't done nothing.
But they're ranked, right? Right or wrong?
Of course, but that doesn't make it a strong conference because they're ranked, though. Hold
on. Is Wake Forest ranked?
Yeah.
Is NC State ranked?
Yeah.
Is Clemson ranked?
I don't know.
They're ranked.
I'm sure they are.
Yes, they're ranked. All right. Who else? Let's see who else in the ACC is ranked. Let's do that part since you want to down year.
Okay, you're right. Clemson's 5th.
Okay. Who else? Who else is in there? Where's Miami? Is Miami in there?
Miami is.
How many teams do I have to have in there to be solidified as okay? Then we good, huh?
I look at national championships, and it's Clemson or nothing after that.
What?
I'm talking recently, the last 10, 15 years.
So you view everything off of national championships. How do you get down year off of national championships? How do we get the ACCs in a down year when we have 5 teams in the?
Because even last episode you guys don't give a shit about rankings because it's subjective, and it's coming in. It's just power rankings. So week 10, then we'll have a better idea of real rankings.
Who's got the best conference in America right now? College conference in America.
Well, when I think that the national title is going to come out of the SEC, I'm going to have to say SEC.
Who do you think will be Alabama and who? From what you've seen in 2 games.
Georgia and Ohio State. And Clemson, I guess.
I don't know.
ACC's not down. I don't want to say that.
You just said it.
I know.
But you do that, though. You do that.
But they're not impressing me. Just because some teams that have been bottom dwellers are now ranked doesn't make them a power conference now.
I'm just simply saying you can't say they're down when you have 5 teams in the ACC.
Yeah, and
the
those
top
schools
20.
are stoked how high they are because they're not used to that.
Right? But
Right?
they're in there. You can't say they're down.
They're in there, but that's based off recruiting and what is supposed to happen, not what has happened in week 10.
Did you talk to Terry last night before you showed up? Because it sounded like some shit you would.
I'm Virginia Tech's in the ACC, so I'm an ACC fan over SEC. But I don't think that they. I don't know.
Listen.
That's tough. Miami's going to move into the top 10 now because of Notre Dame's loss. Miami's 15, so they'll move into the top 10.
Where do you think Notre Dame falls now at this point?
They'll probably just switch with. They'll probably move to 12 or 15. They'll probably drop about 8 spots. They're not going to kick them out of the top 20, I don't think. But the problem is everyone a little bit behind them, in front of them won, except for Texas A&M. So Texas A&M, who's going to drop further? Texas A&M or Notre Dame? Not who's lower in the rankings, but who's going to drop the most spots.
I think.
Notre Dame probably.
No, I think Texas A&M got to go.
You think so?
Yeah, I think Marshall's not a. I don't know. I just don't think that Appalachian State was supposed to go in there and whoop up on them and win anything.
You go to the
Texas.
SEC stadium,
No, it's not.
College Station.
Not supposed to happen.
I know, and they did it. Who do you think won Appalachian State or Marshall?
Between the two?
I think Appalachian State.
Yeah, I think Appalachian State will take them. Let's move on to some NFL shit, man. I'm excited. I'm excited about NFL. I am pissed off with Terry Pierce this stuff. I miss Terry. Terry's also a head coach of St. Thomas Aquinas of Kansas City.
They just took over the number 1 spot in the
They
state
did.
of Kansas.
They did
They beat the number 1 team. They beat the number 2 team last week. Beat the number 1 team last night. No, Friday night. And now woke up this morning as the number 1 team.
Yeah, they are.
And he's defensive coordinator, right?
He's the defensive coordinator.
Probably giving up 20 points in the first 2 games at most.
Total.
Yeah, total.
So Terry had to do a
he's
little
on
film
mission,
work
bro.
this morning, so we'll get him in a
excited.
little later on. But we're going to start with this NFL Sunday. First of all, I want to get into the Rams and Buffalo Bills. I want to get into the Thursday night game. And
My brother's grilling me on the ACC being up down because he thinks it's up.
I think it's up too. I think it's better than ever. Better than a long time.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Well, also too, I just
But
think
only
this-
one team's coming out of with the national title, and that's Clemson or nothing.
I also too, I think it's super dope that we were talking the other night on the telephone. We were having a production meeting, and I just think it's super dope that we have all these different teams coming out of nowhere that back in the past that weren't the same, and I just think the recruiting is different.
And that transfer portal is huge. You can go and not sit.
Listen, I think that is everything that these kids did. If you want to, listen, I saw 4 6-year college quarterbacks this Saturday.
There's a 40-year-old punter.
What?
Oklahoma State, I think, had like a 33-year-old punter.
So I saw 4 of them, right? So one guy was
Dream's
like,
still alive.
yeah, you want to go ahead?
I could punt the shit out of the ball.
Huh?
I could punt the shit out of the ball.
Would you want to, listen, would you right now, if you and I, right now, give you a full scholarship? And listen, I mean,
Absolutely.
what?
Absolutely. To go kick? To go punt?
You would do that
Yes.
right now.
1,000%. I'd quit my job, and I'll go do that.
Okay, let's
That
say they
would
gave
be
you
six.
$65K to just live and just punt for you and I.
Hell yeah.
You would go out there and practice every day and go through.
No, that's dope. That's an experience not many people get. And I'm sure that you would not go back and take away your Wake Forest experience.
I know one thing, I wouldn't go out that motherfucking now and try to practice it out there. I hate fucking practice.
Yeah. Punter, they got it easy, bro. They're not practicing like.
It's still you out there. You gotta go to meetings on this motherfucker don't know.
Also, my clock's already ticked. I went to college already, so my eligibility's gone.
No, it's not. As long as you ain't played.
I thought once you roll.
Nah, if you didn't put your hands on that field, son.
Okay. Oh yeah, I go punt the shit out of it.
You go punt?
Absolutely.
Hey, listen, I will train you up in this
I would
motherfucker.
go punt like a motherfucker.
I would have you buff. You be a buff punter. I get your thighs right. You go out there and shit.
I'll go out there and make tackles like Pat
What would
McAfee. Blow motherfuckers up.
What would your number be? What would your number be? 36.
36. I mean, I always grew up with number 8, but
8's cool. Why 8?
that was just the first one I got in Little League, and I stuck with that bitch ever since. And Cal Ripken. I was on the Orioles in Little League. Cal Ripken, Oriole. He was 8. I kind of stuck with that. And 8 was just my number forever.
I was 10 in Boys and Girls Club, and then I was 25 in high school, but I won 3 in practice. I
It
coached
was about like a punter was 0. It was
That's
just,
sick.
that'd be sick.
Yeah, if you had a visor.
Wow.
One
A shooter sleeve. Just sexiest punter.
That's a whole other thing. We're working on that next night. Get you a theme song.
I'm gonna start punting.
I'll make you a theme song before you punt. I'll be in the stadium, right the street. I'll be in. Anyway, I'm
Bob,
sorry.
70 yard
We got way out of here.
Yeah.
Listen, listen. Let's get to the Rams and the Buffalo Bills.
Rams house, Super Bowl let down a little bit. Do you think that it's Bills' time or more of a Super Bowl letdown? Like a Super Bowl kind of hangover, I should say. Or are the Bills just that good? Because I think both. I think Bills are just that good. I mean, I think Josh Allen has held on to what Ramsey said, saying that's a trash pick. That dude's trash 5 years ago. And he said that on some interview, saying that's a terrible pick in my eyes. So Josh Allen just went nuclear on his ass. But
Listen,
neither team has a run game. Neither team has a run game at all.
yeah, listen. Like to see this man drag Wagner.
Off.
Come
And then
on, man.
But
He got a run game, so
yeah, true, but that's not sustainable. You can kill your fucking $100 million guy. But Josh Allen's big though. Josh Allen he's not little.
no.
He's got some weight to him, so he can bear those hits a little bit. But yeah, he met Wagner right on the line and said it's gonna be me versus you on a touchdown, and he got that.
Well, I don't think that the Rams. I think they didn't come to play. I just think the bottom line didn't come to play. I don't think it means shit about shit.
Yeah, it was Super Bowl hangover though. That's got a little bit. They were partying off fucking Sunday long.
I think they showed up and celebrated and blew their wad in the celebration and just played bad.
Stafford didn't look too great either. Cup did his shit. Cup moved balls out.
So what's going on with Stafford's elbow at this point? What do you know?
I heard that is possible Tommy John, which is big baseball surgery, right, on the elbow. But what's weird about Tommy John, for baseball players anyways, they'll elect to get that as soon as they can because their elbow comes back stronger after. It's weird.
Right.
The surgery makes it super strong. So, but I think they're kind of questioning in the offseason. He didn't throw all offseason. He didn't start throwing until like week 3 of preseason, week 2. So he's probably got to get it warmed up a little bit. The cool thing is he's at the age now, he doesn't have to do too much. If they can get a run game, if Cam Akers can start doing something and be who they drafted him as, I mean, he's got weapons all around. He doesn't have to throw the ball down feeling crazy.
You think like ODB? OBJ? ODB.
Yes and no, but they picked up Allen Robinson, who was not.
He didn't fucking show up.
He did, but that's one game. You can't hold that on a new system. I don't hold that. You know, week 8, he's still not doing shit. Okay, but
How crazy you give Bill's defense?
Bill's defense is really good. They have a good secondary. They have a really good secondary and linebackers.
Linebacker plays insane.
Edmonds, I think he's from Virginia Tech.
He covers sideline to sideline.
Yeah,
Nothing.
he's a VT boy. There's Terry.
What do you got?
I had to take a kid to the hospital.
No.
One of his players. Concussion protocol.
No.
Yeah, so he's sitting at the hospital.
Is he watching it?
I don't know. But Bill's defense is good. Obviously, holding Super Bowl champs to 10 points.
He's not gonna work.
And to be honest, as a Niner fan, you know, I'd like to see it for sure. And the Rams had a good run into the Super Bowl. They got hot at the right time. I mean, they barely snuck past the Niners in the NFC Championship game. And they played the Bengals. I think if the Niners were in that game, the Niners win that too. Bengals don't scare me all that much.
So you think that the Rams, you guys can beat? I thought you guys could beat the Rams regardless, but not with that kid, Cam.
I guess we'll see. But
we'll get into that in a second.
Yeah, we'll see. But Rams, Niners, doesn't matter what team's on the field. Their all-time record is almost 50-50. Like, it's almost equal. I think the Niners have like a 4-game lead on them out of the 120 games that they played. It's like 65 and 60, something like it's hella close. A couple
Only
times.
you would know that shit.
I don't know that about any other matchups. I don't know that
Probably kind of like you sitting here. All right, let's move on to Saints and Falcons.
I'm just gonna go on record and say my NFL comeback player of the year is Jameis Winston. He was top 10 quarterback before he got hurt last year. 14 touchdowns and 3 interceptions before he got hurt. Tore his ACL. And there you go. But he's always been able to throw a lot of yards and throw touchdowns. Now look at the weapons around him. He has a new coach, defensive-minded coach, which we'll see how that works out. But I think that he's in the best shape of his life. I think he's in the best mentality of his life. And I think that he is the comeback player of the year in my eyes. But, I mean, they got Michael Thomas back, first time in a year and a half, 2 years. Got Kamara still. They got Jarvis Landry, who's from New Orleans. He's home.
What do you think about Mariota?
With the LSU. He's a journeyman. He ain't no Ryan Fitzpatrick.
So we turned Marcus Mariota into a journeyman already, huh?
Oh, shit, he's been in the league for going on 10 years now. And probably how many different teams? 4 or 5?
No.
He went to the Raiders. He's been on the Titans. He's been on the Falcons. He's been on...
I said 3.
3? Is that it?
Raiders, Titans, Falcons.
Yeah, that might be it.
Damn, I forgot about the Raiders. That he was on the Raiders.
Yeah, and didn't really do much. His sickest highlight, though, you see that pass he threw himself on accident?
Mm-hmm.
As a Titan, he's scrambling out to the right, tries to hit it, linebacker bats it down, goes right to his arms, and he runs 10-yard touchdown. He was passed to himself for a touchdown. It was pretty sick. It was one of the cleanest things I've ever seen. But he's also on a damaged franchise right now. Falcons aren't out to scare anybody. I think that they should just do that Desmond Ryder guy. Just get him out there. He's that Cincinnati quarterback that they got rookie year.
You just start playing him and just get him.
And just run as well. It wasn't one. unless Mariota is that much better than him. But they drafted him. So.
I don't think Mario's a bum.
I don't think so either. I think he's above average. He's not. I don't think he's Super Bowl caliber. But when you give him a roster like the Falcons, I mean, what do you expect him to do?
He has tight end Pitts.
They lost Gage. They lost Julio. Julio's been gone, but
Julio's been gone for a second.
But they lost Gage. They lost.
What's the kid that got caught? Yeah, they lost a couple great receivers. It's not the same team.
And then, do you know their running back?
Nobody does.
Do you know any Falcons running back? Devontae Freeman.
That's the only one I remember.
They had Gurley for a minute, but he didn't do nothing.
Oh my God, I feel bad for Gurley, man. Just fell apart at the wrong time. Who you taking in that matchup?
Saints. I'm taking Saints by one score of the game because it's division. Same division, so that's tough. But I think James is going to show the world. It's going to be I think it's going to be 34-24, maybe 34-28.
So you taking the Saints?
I'm taking Saints. Actually, I don't even know if the Falcons can score 20 points. They might score 17.
All right.
Taking Saints.
Now listen.
Who are you taking?
I would take the Saints too.
I think the Saints beat them in every category. Defense, offense.
I just think the Saints. I think it's the Saints time. I don't think that Jameis Winston is the guy.
You don't think so?
And I don't personally like Jameis Winston. I just don't fucking like him. Like you wait for years to get contacts.
He's weird.
I want to just fuck him up for that. I want to just bust him in the fucking head. You waited years to get contacts and you're a professional quarterback?
Yeah, LASIK or whatever.
I hate that guy.
It's kind of weird.
I don't want to say hate.
What has he got a phobia?
I just don't like that shit. I just don't like a person. You're giving everything. You're giving millions of dollars.
What about when he was at Florida State and he got
Stone
suspended?
from crab legs.
Yeah, that's silly stuff though. But he got suspended by the team, and then he shows up at the game fully dressed out, warming up, and he's waiting for Jimbo Fisher to notice. And then about 10 minutes, 15 minutes before kickoff, Jimbo's like, "What the hell are you doing? Fuck out of here! You're suspended, bro." And he tried to play it off like, "Oh shit, okay," and just left. But hilarious. That's hilarious.
Listen, he goes to Florida State. Okay, listen, this is why I thought this was the stupidest shit ever. He goes to Florida State. He's the best quarterback around, and he can possibly manage to not find one little side piece, one booster, to give him a seafood tower. Come on, man, you fucking non-imaginary having-ass loser. I can't stand Jameis Winston. That's why I don't want to pick him. I don't like him because he's just been a lazy little thorn in the ass of the NFL. That's who he's been.
He hasn't gotten in trouble in the NFL, at least. All his bullshit.
Oh, that shit sounds cool. Yeah, that's at least he hasn't gotten in
Maybe
trouble.
he's grown up a little bit. Last year he was on top 10 quarterback before he got hurt. And I've always liked Jarvis Landry, and I always like the feel good stories of he's coming home from New Orleans with LSU. I like that shit. That shit's cool to me.
Moving on, I'll take your Saints. Let's move on to my bowl.
I'll let you take this because I got my pick and I'm in line with you. But
what?
I'm in line with you.
Are you?
Oh yeah, I am.
For real?
I am.
All right, Saints and Panthers. Panthers.
Browns, Panthers.
Sorry, Browns, Panthers.
At North Carolina.
At Carolina.
I mean, and Baker's already went on record saying, "I'm gonna fuck them up."
Well, they say they don't say no that my guy said that. But first of all, listen, I'm a Baker Mayfield fan. All right? I am a Baker Mayfield fan. Baker Mayfield is paying for the sins of Johnny Manziel. That's what's happening to Baker Mayfield.
Say that again.
Baker Mayfield is paying for the sins of Johnny Manziel.
Paying for him. And that's so fucking true.
It's true. I'm telling you. Listen.
But then people say Baker Mayfield is a sober Johnny Manziel. So it's same sentence, different line.
Johnny Manziel wasn't a drunk.
Well, sober just a party.
All these guys party.
Well, okay.
I party with most of them.
Getting caught partying.
So
No, I'm high on Baker this year. He looks great in those Blues. He looks great. He's got weapons around him.
Great preseason.
I mean, he's had weapons with Cleveland, but it's a fairly lateral move as far as weapons are concerned, right? Maybe you can even argue that he has better wide receivers now than he had. I mean, he had OBJ and Jarvis, but they're on the back end of their careers now. He has DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson.
First of all, I'm high. I think that I became a Green Bay Packer fan because of Brett Favre. That's why I became a Green Bay Packer fan, right? Brett Favre had this thing where, like, no matter what was going on, you knew he was going to fight. You knew he was going to fight for the team, and it was just. And then at that time, think about some of the other quarterbacks at the time. Nobody played football like Brett Favre. Nobody played football like Steve Young.
Right.
Those type of quarterbacks are just different. And so when I seen Baker Mayfield and I heard his story, where he came from, I think it was Texas Tech was first, where he was a walk-on there, or the guy has been an underdog his entire life, but at the same time, he's a fighter.
No, he's a dog.
He's a dog. And listen, I know anybody who knows anything about football has played football for years. Listen, I'll take a fucking dog over a 5-star that bullshit and they paying attention all day.
You can't train or teach heart.
No.
You can't measure that. So yeah, of course, he has a winner's mentality, and he might have not really got a fair shake at the Browns. To be honest, they might have given up on him a little bit too early because he set the rookie passing touchdown records.
I just told you, Baker Mayfield is paying for the sins of Johnny Manziel.
Both play for the Browns, yeah.
That's what's happening.
I agree. I think that's well said.
I just think they both had that same kind of swag too, like this confidence that people can't stand.
I see Baker far more mature though than Manziel, just through presentation of TV, right, and how he acts. I see far more levels above Manziel, maturity-wise.
Well, Johnny Manziel was rich
beforehand.
Yeah, and that's what you get when you get rich kids like that, which I'm super cool with. Fuck it.
Yeah, you can't blame him. You can't be mad.
Listen, I wish I was born rich. But listen, it probably wouldn't have been good if I was born rich. Woo. Have a lot more than 3 kids.
I'm taking Panthers on that game.
You taking the Panthers on that? I am too. I'm taking Baker Mayfield to take the Panthers deep into the season.
I agree with
all the way.
But that conference is not, or that division is not terribly difficult, right? They got the Saints, they got the Falcons. What's that?
Saints, Falcons.
Tampa Bay. So that's their biggest one.
So they could do well.
Let's see. The point spread on that game is Panthers -1. I mean, I gotta go Panthers all day on that one.
Taking Panthers.
-1. I had to pick them at home against Brissett. You gotta take Baker he's gonna be so juiced for this game.
We are taking Dank Dads are taking the Panthers officially.
-1, might be -1.5, 2, somewhere in there, but.
Well, you see that score here, Jeffrey.
I think it's close. I don't think it's a blowout by any means because the Browns have some really good defense. So you can't just say blowout. But I can see 28-24.
28-24?
I can see that.
All right, I'll take 28-24. I'll take you take 28-24. 28-24, Jeff. I'm going to take 14-3.
Whoa. Savage.
Actually, 21-3.
Whoa, domination.
I feel good.
Yeah, I hope so.
Any questions? Hey guys, you want to throw some questions out there? We got a chat going on. Let's move right into your squad, bro. Let's move into your squad.
So
2 of the light skins.
The elephant in the room is Trey Lance, obviously. That's the elephant in the room, right? Half the analysts are high on him. Half the analysts aren't. I don't really know what to expect. Am I worried? Yes.
Oh, you should be.
Am I worried? Yeah, but at the same time, I trust the process. I trust Shanahan. He's really good at quarterbacks.
That's what everybody says when they get nervous. To trust the process.
You're right.
That's the new shit to say when you get fucking nervous. Trust the process, my G.
We have a Super Bowl caliber roster.
You've had that for a very long time. Please believe me.
Yeah, of course. But I think that they trust Lance. I think having Jimmy as the best backup in the league is great. I mean, that can't be a bad thing for any team having a good backup, right? And he could very well see the field this year. I would not be surprised. And I'm not going to be mad at that either. But they're all in on Trey Lance, and I think that that's okay. I trust Shanahan on his decision-making with quarterbacks because he has a track record of having really good success with quarterbacks.
I'll give you that.
He has Matt Ryan's MVP year as offensive coordinator. Matt Ryan had done nothing before and after that. I mean, above average, but not MVP caliber stuff, right? The year that he was with Shanahan, he was MVP. So Shanahan gets his right product in his hands, and he can do wonders. And he thought that was Jimmy, and Jimmy did great for us. But Jimmy hit his head on the ceiling. Can't go past that. We saw that. If Jimmy could make the throw downfield, we'd have Super Bowl. But that's besides the point, because he missed a wide open Sanders to end the game. But I'm more than happy to pay. Jimmy's getting $6 million a year now. I'll pay for 27 touchdowns and 13 picks for $6 million a year. I ain't paying $25 million.
You are Dank Dads scrambling right now with your words, buddy. You are scrambling.
No.
This guy did good for us. You motherfuckers just don't like Jimmy G.
He did do good for us.
That's the bottom line.
I saw his limit for $25
million. You don't like
million.
Jimmy G.
We have to pay Bosa. We have to pay a lot of these players. He's making $25 million a year to have mediocre stuff. It's mediocre. 27-13, never threw for 4,000 yards.
Now you got light-skinned mediocre now because this boy's gonna stink it down.
But you have to give him a fair shake before you write him off, though. If he has a losing record this season, that's just it. You fucking suck forever.
I want to watch this game just to see these two boys play against each other. These two quarterbacks.
I think our defense is gonna win that game alone.
Oh yeah, I don't think. I don't
So
think
we don't
you guys
need Trey
are gonna
Lance
lose.
too.
I don't think you guys are gonna
What's
lose.
this? Let's see what this point spread of this game is. Niners minus 6.5.
Oh, I don't give a fuck what it is. I don't think you're gonna lose.
I know. I just
think-
cover that 6.5.
Yeah, I just want to see
Rainy conditions.
Dink and Dunk in
It's
the
all gonna
rain.
be- it's all gonna be- But that's all. That's all he needs to do.
That's all he needs to do.
All he needs to do is dink and dunk. That's it.
Okay. How do you think
But
this shit gonna work?
But the difference, I think, because that's pretty much what Jimmy did for the most part, is Jimmy wasn't throwing the ball downfield.
Hey, yo, you people hate Jimmy Garoppolo, man.
I don't hate Jimmy Garoppolo.
I swear to God. I swear to God.
I'm just over it. I've seen it all. I've seen the limit. I've seen his nothing but injuries and mediocreness. For $25 million a year, we overpaid the shit out of that guy to have mediocreness.
How many losing seasons has Jimmy had? Have you guys had with Jimmy?
That's
Answer the question, sir.
none.
None.
Then why did the Patriots not hold on to him? Why didn't nobody trade for Jimmy in this whole offseason? Since he's such a winning record and so good, how come no teams wanted him?
Because they knew he was hurt. They knew Jimmy was hurt.
No, he got a surgery in like March.
Okay, it was a couple months. It wasn't that long ago. For shoulder surgery, right?
He's fully healthy. It's not like every guy
I don't
has.
think somebody wanted to get at him during that time.
Nobody wants to pay $25 million a year for 27 touchdowns.
How old is Carson Wentz making this year?
Well,
he just went to fucking Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, but he can move around. Like he probably wouldn't be shocked if he had 30 touchdowns. I'm sure he's had it before.
Who's had a better career thus far? Carson Wentz or Jimmy Garoppolo?
I say Carson Wentz because he still wanted.
I see you don't like Jimmy Garoppolo. That's what.
All right.
Moving on. We're taking San Fran, of course. All right.
My brother said they didn't take him because they had Tom fucking Brady. Well, yeah, but Tom Brady.
That's true too.
Right, but
that's true, Bob.
Then Then how come the Packers didn't trade Rodgers? No, they made Rodgers sit behind the bar because they knew one day Rodgers was going to be there. If they knew Jimmy was that guy, they would have held on to him and let him be there.
I don't think Jimmy wanted to stay in.
Well, he probably wanted to be a starter. Everybody wants to be a starter.
Yeah, but also too, who wants to fucking stay in New England?
You
You gotta be a special human. I've been up there. You gotta be a special human to live out there. Jimmy's sexy. Jimmy said, "Yo, you ain't mess with this olive oil skin, baby."
And he's banging porn stars.
What the fuck is so wrong with that?
I don't hate him.
Why does everybody want to be mad at him for doing that part?
think you're reading too much into it. I don't hate the guy. I love him as a backup.
I see you guys are jealous of Jimmy's fucking porn star, so you don't like the guy.
I'm jealous of every NFL player.
Okay. I'll take that. All right, moving right along. All right, so we're going Steelers and Bengals.
Steelers and Bengals.
Oh, I got Bengals all day.
Yeah, you got to go Bengals. But are they going to have a little bit of a Super Bowl hangover too, or are they going to come out pissed off? No.
Come on. These young boys, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
These are young
and
boys.
Steelers are down. Steelers aren't big quarterback question for Steelers. Big quarterback question. Whether it's going to be Pickett or Rudolph or there's that other guy. Yeah, they have a big, huge question. They have weapons, but they have a huge question at quarterback. The defense is good too.
I just don't think that the secondary is getting old.
Yeah.
It's aging at the Steelers. That's nothing. That secondary, and I just listen, bro. You know, my first day of games of anything I played, any level I played at, it's just like, yo, I'm about to get the fuck off today, for sure. And I think that Lamar Chase, that's just who he is. Listen. And then I think he's pissed off the way he lined up on the top 100 list, Jamar Chase. I think Jamar Chase has been super disrespected in the offseason by some of these polls and numbers.
I think it's because he started off the season with a lot of drops. He finished great, right? Obviously had a phenomenal year. But I think people need to see a little bit more. Like they saw the year 2 from Justin Jefferson last year, so I think they just need to see a little bit more from him maybe before they really start to really believe. But there's no doubt that the dude's going to be elite one day, if not already, right? I like him a lot. They got their whole receiving corps is actually sick. T. Higgins, Boyd, their receiving corps is pretty dope. And it's all young guys, you're right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So they're gonna be good, and
it's
they got better.
It's a different vibe. I just don't see anything new about the Pittsburgh Steelers. They just look like a team that needs to just fall down for maybe two or 3 years and then pick up and rebuild. But these kids right here, these young boys, they hot on fire. Yeah. They ready to run today. I'm telling you what they ready to do.
It seems like Steelers took a step back. Like they don't.
Well, just didn't go forward.
Yeah.
Period. They're just kind of, in a very chaotic space.
My brother thinks that Chase is overrated hard. Every great year by a wide receiver is followed by a not so great year.
He thinks what?
Except for Justin Jefferson, he didn't do it.
You think Lamar Chase is overrated?
No, he thinks Chase is overrated.
Crazy as hell. You know, get out of here, man. Bob, you tripping.
That's another Bob.
Overrated? Who said that? That's another? Somebody else said it too?
No, just my brother.
Oh, no way.
But I do like the Burrow-Chase chemistry from LSU.
I think a lot of teams should start doing that. Getting the quarterback and getting the wide receiver to go with it. Getting the matching set. Getting the matching outfit.
I like that too.
Some good shit. All right. Well, we taking the Bengals in that one. All right, let's take Bengals.
I would say that's a 28-17 game.
Not even close, bro. They're gonna blow them the fuck out all the way. Believe that. It's gonna be bad. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty bad. Trust. Let's move on to Detroit and the Lions.
You watch Hard Knocks?
Sorry, Detroit and Eagles. No, I watch Hard Knocks. I don't watch TV like that.
Well, if you watch Hard Knocks, then you are high on the Lions heavy. Hard Knocks, they make that team look like they're about to do something, right? But Lions got a good roster. They got better defense than they've had in a long time. They got that Hutchinson dude, good running back, great wide receiving core. Goff is
The little nut pack you just did right there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the fuck that's going to be like.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, the
Eagles
Eagles
are
are
good, too.
serious.
They have a good roster too.
They have a good roster.
They're
They have
probably
a young
one
roster.
of the best, like fully rounded, well.
100%.
Except for the running games. Other than Hurts, the running game's not all that spectacular. The running backs, I should say. Miles Sanders, he's not a 3-down back. He's a pass catching back. He's not the one that's going to carry the team running wise.
I agree.
So, but if that relies on Hurts, it's not the greatest either. You don't want that to rely on the quarterback, the running game.
I believe that he can handle. I believe that Jalen has learned how to handle a well-rounded game to win at this point. I think that he's learned how to win with the Eagles, with what he has. And I don't know what the new piece is. With his new piece, I don't know.
They got better.
Absolutely, but I think that he's learned personally how to win with what he has.
That's another combo, Jalen Hurts and Smith, the wide receiver, Alabama combo.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, he doesn't really get to him like that yet, but I think that he can, and I think that does make. I think familiarity makes it always makes it pretty dope.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? To be able to
you can trust
100%.
You can trust the route
100%.
And having AJ Brown is going to open that up for Smith.
100%. And I think that what happened. I don't want to jump ahead, but I think that a lot of times, like with Kyler Murray, I think that he definitely had a drop off when he lost his wide receiver last year, but he never had a compliment to his wide receiver either.
Right.
When he lost him, it was over. You know what I mean? Like it was just done. But here you have a whole set, and I think that's what makes it really cool when people say, "Well, Tyreek Hill has left and he went to Miami." Yo, you still got my tight end buddy down low, right? You got him. You have Mikael Hardman. We'll get into that later. But I'm saying when you have those threats everywhere like that, you can do a lot. It's okay to dig and dunk at that point.
So, my brother just said to the golf thing, he went to a Super Bowl, right? And you're not on the golf train. What separates him from Jimmy G? Just curious, because he has a winning record. He's been to a Super Bowl. Throws the ball statistically better, yards and touchdowns more.
Oh. Well, let me say this. You listen.
Because Jimmy G's more good looking, or what? Or because he came from the Patriots?
Don't do that.
They're the same. They could be the same.
Sometimes, listen. That's why you're here. Listen. First of all, listen. Let me just say this. I'm so good at the shit that I do. Right? The people that I put together. That's why you're here, brother. That part. Huh?
Critical thinking. Right?
Listen, you're right. You are 100% right.
You can't be off on Goff and on Jimmy. It's the same shit.
Let me say this. I'm not really off on Goff like that, but I will say this. I just don't see him in that system. I don't see him in that system, and you never seen him nowhere else. So naturally, you're going to feel this way about this guy.
So both these guys are system quarterbacks, which has basically been my entire argument with Jimmy's winning record. Is he's in the right system. You put Jimmy on the Falcons. I know we're kind of backtracking here, but put Jimmy on the Falcons. All of a sudden, they're just a winning organization.
Okay, so he's in the right system. I will say that.
Yeah,
Listen, Shanahan is the guy.
Right. So, but Goff
Belichick is the guy. Those are dudes. Those are godfathers of the NFL.
Right.
Of the NFL gods. Those are two of them in coaching, correct? But yes, I like Goff. I like Goff.
I don't hate him either. I mean,
I just don't see him in a Detroit uniform. And then I just don't see how all of a sudden, like, I don't think Goff, but listen, I don't think Goff really plays like Jimmy, though.
he moves better than Jimmy. And that's about it. I mean,
I think Jimmy makes much better decisions than Goff. I think Jimmy's a lot more reliable than Goff, and that's just my personal opinion. Because, you know, who doesn't like motherfuckers that fuck porn stars? If you haven't done that, then that's your fault. Shit, I can't help that. It's on you if you haven't had sex with porn stars.
Well, I love my wife.
Before that, you had a life before your wife. There was a whole life. There was a whole bunch of time
Yeah.
And in that time, I was getting
I just didn't live like that, like you, buddy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I told my wife the truth about everything.
Got the experience.
Leave me alone. Here we go. So we're taking the Eagles.
I think we might be split on that. I'm gonna go against Greg. I'm taking Lions. I like Eagles. I'm not against the Eagles, but I'm just gonna go against.
You've been watching that show. That's why you're taking.
I saw the first episode, but I like the Lions roster, and I think that they have a little bit of
I like the
pride.
coach. I like the coach.
Yeah,
I ain't going against Jalen, bro. Not doing that part.
I wouldn't be surprised if we won, but I'll go against Greg.
All right, let's go Colts. Let's go Colts, Texans, bro.
I mean, that's going to be a shellacking, I think. That's going to be new quarterback Matt Ryan, who's, you could argue, is an upgrade from Wentz. I think he's more consistent.
I love Matt Ryan.
Oh, I like him too. I don't dislike the guy.
I love
think
Matt Ryan.
He's far more consistent than Wentz. It seems like that roster is a quarterback away from being really, really good. They missed out on the playoff spot last year by losing to the Jaguars in the last game of the season. That was a huge disappointment. I'm sure that still is resonating in that locker room. They got a nasty O-line, got a nasty defensive line. They got nasty running back.
Ooh-wee.
They have decent wide receivers, not even blow your doors off, but above average.
They can whoop the shit out of them with Jonathan Taylor.
Oh yeah,
they can really put in the work.
Yeah, and that makes the wide receivers better, right? Because that just opens it.
Yeah.
They have to cover the
I
box.
agree.
I think that's a 31-10 game.
Jesus. All right, I'll take that. So we're taking Colts all day. Let's get into the Patriots and Dolphins.
That's a division game, so you got to tread lightly with those. Bengals Dolphins. I think that's a Dolphins game. I think Dolphins take that. You got to get consistency for Tua. You have to, and that's his biggest question mark is consistency. But Patriots got a good defense, but other than that, their wide receivers aren't that great. The running backs aren't that great. The quarterbacks not that great. Potentially could be one day, but right now I just don't see it. I mean, the Patriots won a game last year with him throwing the ball like 3 times. Won a game. It was a nasty running game, but I think the Dolphins are built better. They have better defense. They have a better running game. They have better wide receivers. And the Dolphins take that. I think Dolphins are in a prime spot to really do some damage this year. I think if they get all their pieces right and Tua plays above what he needs to be, I think that they're in a good spot.
Do you think Tua can get the ball down the field? I believe he can throw the ball any fucking way.
Yeah,
I don't even know where we came from with this shit.
I
I
think it's consistency more than not being able to do it. It's the consistency of it. But you can't say he doesn't have weapons. Fuck. So, he's got the weapons now. The Dolphins made their moves to get the weapons he needs. And is that another tandem? Tua and Waddle? Is that another Alabama tandem? I don't know if they played together, but probably close.
Yeah, absolutely.
Waddle was a rookie last year, before.
They played together.
So there's another tandem. That shit's taking over the NFL apparently.
I think it's a great idea.
It is.
I think it's a great idea to build that around what you had in college. You know what I'm saying? So you taking Dolphins?
I'm taking.
I'm going to take Patriots.
It's another division game. There's a lot of division games.
I'm going to take Patriots, and they've been in Miami for quite some time. 5 days now practicing, which is a terrible idea.
I thought they were going late because they didn't want all these young guys.
They're down there.
Well, now, yeah, for sure. But
No, they've been down there. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's not good.
But at the same time, though, if you've been to South Beach and you've done that, you know what you're doing. So, what time is the game? Oh, yeah, it's at 10. Yeah. But look, you stay out of, yeah. Clubs don't get started in Miami.
We got 15 minutes till the game kicks off.
Clubs don't get started in Miami until about 1:30. So they probably close. I'm taking the Patriots. You're taking Dolphins. Yeah. Ravens Jets.
It's gonna be a Ravens game. I hope and pray that Lamar just goes bonkers this year, wins another MVP, goes deep into the playoffs, and makes the Ravens, call it a bank.
Yeah, and I mean in a major way.
Like major. Like they're gonna have to pull pennies out their couch to pay this dude. I hope Lamar just betting on himself. That's dope. And the worst thing that can happen is you get a big injury. Hopefully that doesn't happen anymore.
I don't think. Listen. I don't think that you can. I think that every great man has been great because he's bet on himself.
Well, at some point,
right.
All successful,
right.
All successful people have to bet on themselves.
I had to take a step back from working in music at a certain space. I had to take a step back, took a loss, and everything that I set out to build, I'm here. Right. And I bet on myself. I was like, I've been out here serving these people for so long in this industry, not just music, everything. Right. And I was like, I'm gonna bet on me. And we got a new house, and I was like, I'm gonna build this gym, I'm gonna start a podcast, I'm gonna do this and do that. Everything that I wanted to do, I had to bet on me. So I truly believe in that.
I do too.
And I don't believe in I don't even think about the get hurt shit.
Yeah, it's real though.
No, it is real, and you need real people around. Like my wife is the real person, right?
Well, I don't think
it's a reality check.
I don't think it's a doubt on him capable of betting on himself and doing it. I think it's that one wrong tackle where the late defender comes in late or whatever might happen. You can't control that on betting on
True,
yourself.
but you can't even think about that.
And hopefully he's not.
That's not.
Sure he's not.
That's just what I'm saying is that when you see all these people criticizing him for stepping on the field without taking that money, what I'm saying is that every great man has to
bet on themselves.
Bet on himself at some point.
You can't rely on nobody else.
That's it.
That's facts.
That's about right.
And I hope he's successful.
I truly hope he's successful. And I don't think the Jets are going to go too far.
No,
that quarterback's out. And even if that quarterback was in there, I'm not that impressed with him anyway.
The only thing I think where the Ravens struggle is they don't have elite wide receivers. And the Jets stacked a lot of quarterbacks. They got Sauce Gardner. So they could struggle throwing the ball today a little bit. The running back situation for the Ravens is in question. Dobbins isn't fully healthy yet. Gus Edwards is not back yet. So the running games look like they got a lot of issues.
Lamar Jackson's an alien.
Of course he is.
He's an alien.
Of course he is.
Okay, he's going to set it off.
He needs some help. He got Mark Andrews, but he needs some help.
And all he needs is Mark. All he needs is his feet and Mark Andrews.
Yeah, I get that. But you need a wide receiver to make it easier on Mark Andrews.
Are you taking the Ravens?
Oh, absolutely.
We rolling with the Ravens.
About 10 points, probably.
About 10?
Yeah, at least.
I'll take the same.
The Jets are the Jets. So
all right, let's get into Commanders Jaguars. Commanders Jags.
Probably the least watched game of the weekend.
Why would you say that?
Based on other matchups.
First of all, let me say this. Let me start here. Okay. I grew up in Washington, D.C., bro. All right. I'm not a Redskin fan. Oh shit. I'm not a Commander fan. But let me say this. This is some crazy shit ever. They the Redskins to me, bro. I don't care. The Redskins to me. But anyway, Commanders. When it comes to this show, we will not disrespect Commanders fans. Okay? We won't go after them. We won't belittle them.
I don't know any.
I gotta go home. I do.
Of course.
So I'm just letting you know, on this show, one thing we're not going to do, because there's nothing as crazy as a Redskins.
So you just
fan.
got to take Commanders every week?
I'm not saying that. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to be honest. How we approach the Commanders.
I think they win that game. They got better wide receivers.
I think they're a good team.
They have a better quarterback.
Heineke, right?
No, it's Wentz. Wentz is there.
Wonder why they didn't take Heineke.
Maybe it just feels like he's not ready yet.
I don't like Wentz. I don't like Wentz at all.
I think Wentz has got a little bit of that dog in him. He's tough as fuck. He's tough as shit. Heineke is too, but Heineke's a little small. I think maybe you just don't feel like they're ready yet. Jaguars spent a lot of money this offseason. They got the most expensive O-line. Or the Lions might. They might have a second. But they spent a lot of money out there. They gave Christian Kirk a lot of money. They have ETN back, the running back from Clemson, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So once again, they played together.
Right.
At Clemson, right?
I think it's going to be a pretty close game. But I think Commanders coming out on top. I think it's a one-score game.
I'm taking Jags. I'm taking the Jags, man. I love Trevor Lawrence. Been watching him since high school. My best friend Brian Ray put me on to him. He called me. He's like, you got to see this kid. He was like a junior in high school. And then I remember I was going through, coming from Georgia to North Carolina, and I went to see him play. fucking phenomenal football player.
The coolest thing I've done is they had the national championship, Clemson, Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
And they had it at the Niner Stadium. And I'm sitting over here in Reno with not a lot of good sports live around me, right? And I said, I'm going to this goddamn game.
Jealous. It was good
I'm
seats.
going to this, and I paid cheap money for that. I was like 10 rows up. And I got lucky. I picked it in the Clemson section. So it was ass open by halftime.
Those were good seats.
The other side was Alabama, all sitting their ass down. Everyone on my side was just fucking happy and partying their ass off. It was the best thing I've ever seen. And that was supposed to be Alabama's greatest team of all time. They're undefeated. And Trevor Lawrence came in. That was Tua.
ACC.
But that was also
bullshit. That was
like 4 years ago. Now that's cool.
Woo!
Alabama has 2 since then.
So you take Commanders, I'm taking Jags.
Yep.
New York Giants versus the Titans.
Titans have some question marks, but I think that's an easy dub for them. They got a good defense. They got that run game. They added Robert Woods because they lost A.J. Brown, but they added Woods, which is not that far off, I don't think. Derrick Henry finally healthy. Had 10 weeks off. Last season he got hurt. He got hurt in the middle of the year, give or take. Had a lot of time off to get back. Looking like a monster. At home, Giants. They have Barkley. What else they got? Daniel Jones is scrambling for his life. Daniel Jones' NFL career is water right here. He's like this.
Oh no! It's right here.
He's already drowning.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a tough market to be a damn quarterback in as well, man. That's a tough market. Gotham City, that's just a tough market to be a quarterback in.
Oh yeah, any sport to be in basketball to baseball. That's a rough city. They don't take kindly to a lot of losing.
Could they possibly get OBJ back in New York?
OBJ ain't going there without a quarterback there. He's chasing rings.
I think that's going to be his thing now.
It should be. You got two different ACL surgery, 3 maybe. You're on your back half of your career. You should. Why not?
Fuck it. I love him, man.
I don't hate him.
Fly motherfucker. I like fly motherfuckers.
He is. He's fun. You gotta give him that. He's fun.
All right, this is the game I want to see, man. So these 4 games are the games that are most intriguing to us, I think, and we're gonna get you guys right on moved into your
9 minutes.
Yeah, 9 minutes. We're gonna wrap this up. We missed Terry Pierce today, and I think that this is going to be a very exciting Sunday.
Chiefs Cardinals next.
Chiefs Cardinals, bro. What the fuck?
I hope Chiefs beat them. Obviously, as a Niner fan. I don't think that the Cardinals is as good as people think that they are. Their defense is old. They lost Chandler Jones.
That they did.
Their running back's not elite. Their wide receiver is their main guy suspended. They have Zach Ertz and they have Hollywood Brown. But Hollywood Brown's not elite. He's above average. He's a good guy. He's a good wide receiver, but he's not Hopkins elite. Hopkins hasn't played in a while. They're not getting him back to week 6. So there's a lot of question marks for the Cardinals, I think.
Who are you taking?
I'm taking Chiefs.
I'm taking Cardinals.
By 1 score game, probably 3-point game.
I'm taking that. Same shit. Yeah.
30-27, 33-30, somewhere in there.
You want to put some push-ups on it?
All right.
15?
Just money line, just straight up wins.
Straight up wins. 15 push-ups on that? All right, we got 15.
15 push-ups.
We
got a live stream on it.
Someone play the music and his push-up. Yeah. There's going to be more because we keep on here. Raiders and Chargers.
Oh, hold on, let's just real quick. We didn't touch on the Chiefs too much. You think they got worse losing him? Because they added Juju.
No, I don't think that. I think that they're better, a better team without him. I think they're a better team, and I'm not.
With that.
And I'm not saying that he was a problem one way or the other. I'm just simply saying that I think that they put really cool pieces to complement. Once again, we got here, right? Kelsey. It's at different levels. I mean, listen, I know as a defensive player, one of the scariest things is to have to worry about everybody.
Yeah, right. When you can key on one guy.
100%. Like, listen, playing free safety That's a fucking headache.
With
Playing
that-
middle back is a headache. But listen,
With that argument, though, they got worse because Hill is better than Juju. Right? Juju hasn't been doing anything for the last couple seasons. Whatever you can blame that on, whatever you want to blame it on, but he's not as good as Hill. So in that retrospect, it got easier for defenders. The running games, yeah.
Listen, here's what I'm saying. I'm saying that they have threats on every single level now. Mikael Hardeman is a monster.
That guy that they drafted, I don't know where he came from, Sky Moore.
Listen,
That dude's a good punt returner, kick returner.
have you seen him?
Yeah,
He's a juggernaut.
Yeah, he's shifty, all that.
And I'm just saying that that's all he needs. This guy, once again, this dude has really learned to really base his whole game off of how he plays with Kelsey.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yep. Once he gets you going with Kelsey in any kind of way, everything else can be distributed anywhere.
It's easy from there.
Because if you don't pay attention to Kelsey, you'll stretch it out 60 yards.
Well, if you're
One
not,
from underneath on your
if
little
you're
ass.
not paying attention to Kelsey, you lost already.
100%.
Because that dude's the best I've ever seen.
So,
Maybe on ever. He's on his way to be ever. Gronk still has that, I think. And so does, Tony Gonzalez up there and Tony Gates. But Kelsey's on his way, yards-wise and touchdown-wise.
oh, no. To be the best.
Yeah.
Ever. Yeah.
All right, we got.
I got Raiders and Chargers.
That's going to be a good.
I'm taking Cardinals, right?
Yeah.
I'm taking Cardinals. All right, cool.
3-point game.
3-point game. All right.
Give or take.
All right.
That, and another 3-point game. Raiders Chargers. And then there's another 3-point game. I'm always high. I never disliked the Raiders. I've never really been a true believer on the Chargers because it just.
Me neither. And I'm not against the Raiders either. I don't pick against the Raiders. I do pick against your team. I hate them. But not against the Raiders, though. Can't do that.
I cannot wait to see another. This is an old school tandem. Derek Carr and Devontae Adams. They played together in college about 10 years ago. So,
I'm not that interested in seeing him.
I'm excited for that. I like Devontae Adams though.
He used to play for my team, and I would.
Devontae Adams got a lot of disrespect this offseason, I think, as far as fantasy is concerned and a lot of things. And I still think that he's the best receiver in all football, as far as mechanics and all of that.
I don't think Vontae's going to have a great year this year, and I think he's going to see what role Aaron Rodgers played in his career. I think he's really going to see that. And here's the reason why.
So he's not as elite as you think he is.
No. I'm not saying as a quarterback. I'm not saying as a wide receiver that he's not that dude. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this: is that you have to have seen the art between Aaron Rodgers and Vontae Davis. Not many person can take a back shoulder throw and put it where Aaron Rodgers would put that ball at.
I give you that.
That is very rare. It's the skill of it.
I think it goes both ways. I think Aaron Rodgers made his job easier. I think Devontae made Aaron Rodgers' job easier.
I think what you're going to see today when you see the Green Bay Packers play is you're going to see him pick right up where he left off. He can play with anybody.
Of course, because he's a Hall of Fame quarterback,
Right.
the greatest ever. That's no.
He's not. Derek Carr's not. And I like Derek Carr. I just don't think that he can put. I think that Vontae's going to learn that what he's used to in game situations is not going to be there. And it's really hard to adjust.
I mean, he went to a harder division too.
100%. And listen, with
harder defense.
with that ball hawk back there,
yeah.
Mr. James,
yeah.
It's going to be a different day.
They got pass rush too. They got vicious pass.
And listen, if he doesn't set the tone today, it's going to set the tone for the rest of the season. Watch what I tell you.
He catches a touchdown today.
You think he catches one touchdown today?
Well, I don't want to say two because that's a stretch for any wide receiver. I think he catches a touchdown today.
I can't bet against that. All right, who you taking?
I take the Chargers because I think the Raiders is going to shoot themselves in the foot eventually. At home, division game. It's going to be a close game. The Raiders-Chargers always play each other fucking tough.
I'm taking Chargers, you know.
I'm taking Chargers.
All right, Green Bay Vikings.
A lot of people are on Vikings, but I can't go against Rodgers. That's hard for me to do. I don't give a shit what his receivers are. Lazard's not playing today, so it's gonna hurt him a little bit. But they got the UNR boy, Romeo Doubs. He had a good preseason.
Dobbs gonna set him on fire.
But Vikings got they have the Rams offensive coordinator. That's why everyone's big on Justin Jefferson this year. They got Dalvin Cook. They got another good second wide receiver, Thielen. God, do they still have that tight end Rudolph? They still got that. I don't know if they retired or not.
I think they do.
The defense for Packers, I think they got him on that defense. Packers got a better defense.
Oh, for sure, by far.
But as far as
that's
a close game. There's so many division games we won.
This shit ain't close. They're not fucking with the Packers, bro. We lit. The Packers are it. We're gonna win this game by far. We're gonna crush Minnesota.
I hope they do.
This is what we do to Minnesota. We're gonna let them have it.
Yeah, but every dog has a day eventually.
Yeah, well, this dog, I'm sick of him. This Cousins guy. I hope he
gets so much shit, and he's perennial top 10 every year. He gets so much shit.
I can't stand him.
He does really well. Like he's well above average.
Kirk Cousins of golf.
And Goff sucks compared to Kirk Cousins. I think.
What has Kirk Cousins really done?
Nothing really, but he's a good TD to INT ratio always. He's very safe with it.
He's making the most money of any quarterback.
Besides
Aaron Rodgers and so on.
Well, probably just Aaron Rodgers. But because Tom Brady always took pay cuts. But I don't know. I don't hate Kirk Cousins. I don't think he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback by any means, but he's above average.
I don't like the guy. All right, let's move on. So we're taking Green Bay. You taking Green Bay, huh?
Yeah.
What? You fucking rubbing your brow, bro. Taking Green Bay over here.
Division games.
All right, last two games.
Buccaneers Cowboys. So they played last year. They started off the season last year on the Thursday night game, I think, and that was a really good, high-scoring, close-ass game. And Buccaneers came out on top. There's a lot of things going on with Tom Brady right now. He got a big absence in the preseason. He didn't just say why. He said pretty much don't fucking worry why. Tom Brady. But then the reports came out later that him and Giselle are not sleeping in the same house. There's a little bit of marital problems going on. So people are reporting, right? Do we really know? Obviously we don't. But at the end of the day, it's fucking Tom Brady. And I think Buccaneers take that. I like the Cowboys players, but I don't think they have what it takes. I don't think they got better this offseason. They lost Cooper. They still have Zeke. They got CD, who's going to probably take a good step up. But yeah, I don't think that they got better. I think Diggs is going to not be who he was last year.
What do you mean by that?
It's not going to take the league by storm by having multiple picks a game. And I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to get a little bit more exposed.
You think he'll be a little more conservative this year, Diggs?
I hope not, because I don't want players to change up like that. I want them to just be you, but I don't think that. I think
he can play a little bit more cleaned up game.
Yeah, he has to if he wants to sustain what he's doing. Absolutely, but I don't think he's going to have 13 picks this year. No. I think he's going to have 4.
5 would be great. We don't go.
No, 5 would be good. No, that's a great year. 5, absolutely.
For sure. Who are you taking?
I can never go against Tom Brady. As long as that motherfucker's in the league, showing time and time again that he gets it done, and I can't go against that. They have question marks at O-line for sure, and the Cowboys have a really good pass rush, but I can't go against Tom. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys won that. But as long as Tom's in the league, he's always pretty much have my vote. You leave the Cowboys?
No, hell no. Okay. I don't trust Dak Prescott.
I love Dak.
I do like him. Dak. I love him. I
told you, I have a personal
I am a sleep number bed fan.
No,
I just don't think that this guy has anything around to help his ass out. I think he's a dead ass duck. I think Zeke is old. Yeah. I think he don't run that ball the same way.
He got 1,000 yards last year, but yeah, no, I agree.
That was pieced together. That was forced.
What was it? He had 1,002.
They forced those 1,000 yards in there to make them feel good about paying that dude that money. They didn't pay him shit. They didn't pay him no real money.
I got a very personal interest with Dak, so I really like Dak.
What is your personal?
It's his brother. How his brother passed.
Oh,
has a lot of correlation with me.
Okay.
So I'll root for him ever. I think he's a good guy. And when you come back from that gruesome leg injury, you can still ball out. Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's why I'm a big fan. I just am super glad that he came back and
he got paid.
Yeah, because the past, man, that was it. Mm-hmm. Shit, Joe Biden had the same shit. Mm-hmm. He was gone. Wasn't nothing you could do about that leg. So I think we're taking. I think we're taking. I'm taking Buccaneers. I'm not gonna go against Tom either. My best friend Brian Ray loves Tom Brady, bro. When I say a pole smoker for Tom Brady, the whole thing. He loves Tom Brady.
So my thing with my Tom Brady is I love greatness. I love greatness.
And my friend Brian would say the same shit.
And that is motherfucker's greatness. In all sports, I love greatness. And when I've told you before, for Tom, you could take his career and split it up into 2 different decades, and he'd have 2 Hall of Fame careers. That blows my mind, bro.
I don't go against Tom Brady. I love Tom
People say system, deflategate, whatever the fuck.
Oh, I could care less. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. Anyway, last game.
Ooh, revenge game. Broncos, Seahawks.
Ooh, I can't wait to see this game.
I know, I'm excited for that one. I'm glad that it's standalone.
When you watch this game at?
Might be at work.
Okay. Oh shit! I see what it is. Okay.
I'm excited for this game too. I think the Seahawks offense is obviously not going to be good. They still have 2 really good wide receivers, a decent running game. The defense has fallen off. It's not what it used to be by any means. They lost Wagner. That's got hurt, right? I don't even know if I can name a defensive player for the Seahawks. To be honest, they lost that Griffin dude.
They don't got no boom. Ain't no boom over there. The boom is gone. It's a TikTok. There's no Legion of Boom. It's a TikTok. Motherfuckers a shell over there.
Broncos have a lot to prove. They gave up a lot for Russell. They paid him a lot before he even took a snap at the Broncos. I think they want to not have to worry about a quarterback situation because that's what the Broncos have been doing forever, is worrying about quarterbacks every goddamn year. So they wanted to pay him no matter what.
Now so they would have to worry for a while?
Yeah, and it's probably pretty safe to say you don't have to worry about Russell Wilson being Russell Wilson, right? Smart with the football, great leader. You don't have to worry about that. So they don't want to worry about that for 4 years because my buddy's gonna hate that I say this, but they are a rental team to win a Super Bowl. That's how they got the last Super Bowl because they rented DeMarcus Ware and Peyton Manning got a Super Bowl.
The Buccaneers not a rental? I mean, he went out and got Brown. He brought in all people.
Yeah, you could make that argument, absolutely. I mean, they had Winston beforehand, which was better than any Broncos quarterback that they've ever had.
How far you see the Broncos going into this division?
That's what's tough for them. I think that they I don't see them winning the division, but I feel like, except I think Chiefs take that, but I think 2, 3, 4 are all interchangeable, with the Raiders having the least amount of carry in that conversation. Raiders, I would put them 4th just by default, but they could finish 3rd or 2nd. It wouldn't surprise me. But Chargers could finish 2nd or 3rd. That wouldn't surprise me. Like I feel like all those teams are so interchangeable. He's gonna have a gauntlet to go through, but he's a smart guy. He's got really good defense. They talk about good corners. Holy shit, Broncos had a really great secondary.
Yeah.
Justin Simmons to PS2, the guy that got last year. His dad was in the league.
Oh, his kids.
Certain. Oh, fuck. Patrick.
Surtain.
Yeah. The same.
Yeah, Surtain. Yeah. Patrick Surtain.
He's got a dope ass chain. It's a PS2 controller.
Is it?
With lights up and shit. It's hot. PS2. Like the little.
Is it diamonds?
Oh, the whole controller.
Is it
diamonds. Oh, it's iced. And one little section has a blue light coming out, like the PS2 controller. It's hard. It's hard. I mean, and he's dope. And he's hella good.
I gotta see that. I gotta Google that shit.
Listen. I think Broncos win that game. I don't think it's a blowout. There's going to be a lot of emotions for both sides.
You're going to murder these motherfuckers.
I think that this is going to be the first time that Russell Wilson gets to see what the 12th man's about.
They go in there, man, it's like, well, fuck these guys up. You don't murder the Seahawks.
Only because they have Drew Lock and
When you go in there, these loaded ducks, proving a point, don't play with my money.
But
Pete,
he's got a revenge game.
what's good with you, Pete? He got a point to prove, man.
He's got wide receivers around him. He's got a good running game.
But also, too, he's got to go back and prove that.
Like,
you
you
know,
miss me, motherfucker.
you know what's crazy about Russell Wilson's career? His whole career, he's had like these bounce back, these attempts to try first, and then bounce back and then become better, right? So he was at NC State first.
Yeah.
Then he went to Wisconsin, right? Out of NC State, he wasn't going to the league like that. He wasn't going to be where he was. He went to Wisconsin, and boom, this guy comes out of nowhere and he becomes the guy, right? Then he goes to Seattle, and he does very well. I got a feeling he's going to go to Denver and win 2 Super Bowls.
Ooh. 2 Super Bowls. I wouldn't be mad at it other than my group text that I have with my homies because he's a Bronco fan there, so I won't hear the end of it. But I like Russell Wilson. I've always liked Russell. I'm glad he's out of the NFC West because he was putting the Niners' ass year after year after year after year. So finally, he can escape these motherfuckers and maybe beat the Seahawks now. So I'm glad about that. But he's in a hard division. No doubt about that.
So we're taking the Broncos on this one, and we are getting ready to go to.
We got Lions in the red zone and Jaguars in the red zone right now.
Oh boy, did I pick the Jags?
You did.
I got Jags.
You said you weren't going to disrespect the Commander fans, but then you went
I
Jags.
said that I will tell the truth. I just feel like the Jaguars are right. They rebuilt the big team. They got ETN. They got my boy Trevor Lawrence. I love Trevor Lawrence. I feel like Jaguars. I feel like Commanders don't have an identity. They don't have the quarterback. I don't like Wentz for Commanders. I don't like him at all in DC. Try that part.
Okay.
I don't like. It's nothing against the Commanders. I don't like that dude. I don't want him in DC.
Trey Lance, 31-yard pass to Brandon Ayuk, third red zone. Let's go, baby.
You see Brandon Ayuk, Trey Lance?
Yeah, that's the connection.
They connected up?
They got mad chemistry. They're hanging out at home.
You sure?
I've seen it.
They boys?
I've seen it.
Okay, like Kyrie and
like
KD?
like roasting each other. Like, look at this ugly motherfucker
Oh,
sitting there
okay.
talking shit like that. Like, close. You know?
He light skinned, and him and Ayuk, they cool. They cool.
Ayuk is not light skinned.
No, he's not at all.
And that's a local boy. You
You
put him in the
shit.
Queen. That's all my all know. Ayuk, Queen, right? On the west end of the arena right there.
Listen, we're going to let you guys get to the NFL games. I am your boy. I'm Vegas. This is my co-host, Jeff Peterson, and we missed TP today. But guess what? TP is taking care of his players. One of his boys got a concussion, and next week we'll be back, and we are Dank Dads, man.
That's what Dank Dads do.
Oh, my God, man.
Dank Dads Sportscast.